What is going on? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So today we're going to talk to you on Lucid. Absolutely epic day. So currently up 12.47%. I want to give you an overview of some of the current data points, what they're saying, and if they feel that it's justified or not. Before I get into any of that, make sure to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Always greatly appreciate that. And with that said, let's get right to it. So currently it is up 12.47%. Huge day. And this is largely because of just a lot of people trying to digest once again what Powell said yesterday. A lot of optimism, yields going down, and companies having some pretty kick-ass earnings today. So obviously that is a very good recipe for the broader market just to go up. And a lot of oversold stocks such as Lucid are starting to correct a little bit. And when it comes down to volume, 33.84 million shares being traded, and we're about to head into power hour right now. 23.69 is the average. At the time doing this video, no press releases, no SEC filings, nothing like that. I have been as well monitoring to see if any analysts have been doing any changes potentially leading into the upcoming earnings on Tuesday, and so far nothing. So obviously my last update from the earnings per share and revenue still stands, and no new analyst ratings, as you can kind of see. But one thing I just wanted to share with you, based on the latest Morningstar report, it does show the fair market value being $8.82, and this did come out and was updated the tail end of last week. So that's kind of a good update. If you are looking for a lot of good compiled information though, such as analyst ratings forecasts, take a look at Interactive Brokers, link in the description below and also the comments for all this to be completely free. There has been some things that has been coming out though I just wanted to share with you. So this one says Lucid to test batteries at 𝗪𝗡𝗡𝗘𝗖𝗧. I know I'm completely butchering that name, my apologies. But in this article, it does say that ultimately they're waiting for, I guess, approval essentially from the state or from the county. And it doesn't actually say what the testing is going to be exactly for. But it's good to see that they're actually finally doing something, because we did see Lucid buy this plot of land like May 18th, 2022. So it's been a while, largely doing absolutely nothing. And this is one thing that I have been really stressing. I think I more so did in 2022, just saying like, we need to ask and find out what all these new plots of land are going to be for, because technically there's 3 separate plots of land. During the Q2 2022 earnings, they did signal about the whole ESS and potentially that the prototype number 2 was going to be tested, but we haven't really heard anything. And based on, I think, the last earnings, they did say that they're not going to be really looking at ESS for the foreseeable future, which is very unfortunate. But still, needless to say, we do not know what these plots of land is essentially for. With exception of now this one. So again, this is a little bit more of an update. Whether it's a good reason to go out and buy Lucid, probably not. And one thing I just wanted to share with you, there is a lot of FUD that's floating around. Even 𝗪𝗓𝗡𝗡𝗘𝗧, who does have a lot of followers, so 336,000 followers on Twitter, they are making up essentially fake rumors about Lucid. So they did put down, due to lack of demand, Lucid is now offering a 10,000 cash back to anyone who buys any of their cars. Of course, they recently did launch their referral program, unless maybe they're talking about that, but the referral program is very small. Even if we go back over here, the referral program, which was the last news, is just like 750, 1,000, or 1,250, or potentially that duffel bag that I'm very curious about. But still, I don't know where he's getting that 10,000 from. So if anyone does know the kind of breakdown of where this did originate from, let me know in the comments below. But other than this, there's a lot of just FUD that's floating around that's really trying to put Lucid in a negative light leading into their earnings. So let me know your thoughts on that in the comments below. But I'll go over some data points as of right now. So starting off with options, 1.26 million in calls versus 1.9 million in puts. So despite the rally today, people is a little bit more evenly divided, in fact. And even looking at the overall options, 65% is bearish. So people are still anticipating for it to continue to trend down. Looking at the specific calls though, shows all the strike prices, expiry dates, based on the open interest and the expiry date of November the 10th to encumber their earnings or upcoming earnings. It is anticipated to be between the roughly about 5 to 650 range. And looking at the puts, it is anticipated to be sub, oddly enough, about $4 or around $4.50. So interesting stuff when it comes down to that. But like I mentioned, the technicals are very oversold as of right now. So this is why today, with the positive news on the broader scale, it's giving it a nice, very good push. Still lower percentile of the Bollinger Band, so not enough to really transition higher, but on the fib levels is looking fairly good. So with it at $4.57, it is right now between this S1 and the pivot. So $4.59, which it coincidentally did bounce off of just right now, might retest once again, is going to be that strong resistance. We'll see if it can break past that during power hour. And $3.94, it's going to be that next strong support. So like I've said in the past, this is very wide, so you do have to anticipate that there's going to be a lot of volatility, and depending on what comes from their upcoming earnings on Tuesday. On a side note, I'm going to be live streaming that, so make sure you guys hit that thumbs up and subscribe. But depending on what comes from the earnings, I do feel that is going to be the deciding factor if it does go back into the fives or does retest this new 52-week and all-time low that was at $3.96. So a lot of interesting things when it comes down to Lucid, but this has been kind of our life for the greater part of a year. But moving on quickly, looking at the momentum indicator shows number of retail investors have been getting in. It looks like ever since October the 30th. And Stochastic does have a nice bullish sentiment starting to form, so a black line above the red. But still, overall, with it being at 11, it is considered oversold. So that's also aiding in it going up considerably. Just going over to Ortex, I'll give you an overview of what shorts are doing. Then once again, I'll give you a quick summary of everything. So as it stands, shorts are increasing roughly around 180.96 thousand shares. 25.58% of the free float is being shorted, and 224.93 million shares overall are being shorted. And that works out to be roughly about $910 million worth. So pretty significant, and like I've signaled in the past, I feel like that shouldn't be around 25.5% based on what they offer. There's a lot of companies that do not produce anything that have a significantly lower short interest than that. So that's just my own opinion, not financial advice. You guys always do your own due diligence. So let me know your thoughts on Lucid. Have you been buying, selling, holding? What is your take on Lucid? And as well, why do you think that there is a lot of big names essentially trying to bash Lucid once again? But then again, every earnings, they always typically have the Tesla fan bulls always do the exact same thing. So just to give you a quick summary, technicals are starting to look very good, and a nice rebound potentially could continue. Looking at the options activity, a little bit more neutral, if not bearish, comparing it to the last couple of days. And with shorts increasing on a very much green day, it shows that they do not feel that it's justified. So a little bit more inconsistent information. So let me know your thoughts on all of this. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Always greatly appreciate that. And one final thing I just wanted to share with you, take advantage of this promo. It even does show Lucid in the actual picture, but sign up for an account with Moo, throw $100 at it, and you get 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. Take advantage of this while you can. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, I appreciate all of you watching, and let's all make a lot of money on Lucid.